Well, it's welcome to Mates Rates. This is a once upon a time story about a woman who was late paying her rates. I'm the woman. This is my story. And this is a letter that I wrote on the 11th of September to the council. Dear Mayor, indeed this letter to you has taken very much thought and reflection, because this is September now, a month after the previous letter. Your letter to me dated the 27th of June was in answer to my request of you. You may remember I wrote, the reason for my letter is to ask if you could please supply to me the legal, linear, governmental, lawful reasons why I actually owe Mareeba Shire Council this money. I am aware that the Mareeba Shire Council does actually perform certain duties for me and the properties which I oversee, but as I am unable to obtain my actual titles for either one of the properties, I would like to know what I'm paying for, on whose behalf, to whom, and who is to benefit. Please direct me to the legislation, the lineage of permissions, the historical notions, whatever, that have led me at the above address to owe Mareeba Shire Council these twice yearly amounts. Once I understand this, I'll be happy to pay. And I will. I'm happy to pay. I don't have any money at the moment, but I've been through a bit. I can earn money. I can. Over the past few years, Mareeba Shire Council has threatened and eventually informed me that unless rates were paid by a certain date, my property would be sold by Mareeba Shire Council. An inheritance I received allowed me to meet that date and pay the rates. I therefore remain at this property till the present time. May I please ask you to give to me the Mareeba Shire Council timeline rules for auctioning or actioning the sale of property for unpaid rates? At time of writing, I've not paid the rates due in either first or second half of 2022. Not until my earnings from work I perform escalate will I be in a position to pay rates. Please, can you give me a timeline? When will my property be sold? This information will help me. Throughout all my years of struggle here, I have always sought the legislative timeframes within which threats may be actioned, and using this information, I have been able to navigate through much disaster. Please give to me the time frame of my threatened demise here. I'm in no position to do anything but defend myself in this matter of unpaid rates. To defend myself, I must understand the eventual reality of the threat. Mayor Toppin, I may have to revert to that situation again, I fear. I do not have the money to pay my rates. I spoke of my intention to place the $1,300 received from the Australian superannuation for super paid throughout my years of cleaning under the two cleaning companies for which I worked. Unfortunately, when that money arrived, I used it to purchase gas, food, fuel, growing medium and other essential items. I did want to stand firm with Mareeba Shire Council and know that money was put away to meet the obligation demanded of me, but like so many other people at this time, my struggle to survive and grow my life and business demanded other loyalties. I'll just go back and say that when I had to stop cleaning, I started a YouTube channel. I'm a writer, I'm a metaphysician, and I started a YouTube channel called Giants Tarot, in which I'm not a tarot reader, but I was writing about it all. So, but that wasn't making me any money. People out there saying, of course not. But anyway, it didn't make any money. So then I started to develop my microgreens. And I did all the right things, got all the sort of grower's number, got terrific signs, got a trading name. I did all of that and was selling them to the local, supermarket. And they were selling, but not enough to replace my cleaning money. So then I decided the best thing to do was to start a sewing studio. I've got a lot of fabrics, and I started a sewing studio without the proper machines. This is me. This is what she does. She just she goes. Anyway, so I have tried to make a living, and I am getting there. My arm is a difficult problem for me, but I am actually getting there, and I do think that my endeavours to create a new earning ability and, substantiate the life I want will happen. I'm not an idiot, and I can actually make some money. So did the Mayor answer me? Yes, she did. Dear Elizabeth, in regard to your question as to when council would move to sell the lots for outstanding rates, failure to settle the accounts by March 2025 makes them eligible for the commencement of the sale of land process. Council generally then commences the formal process in December each year, and that then takes just over 6 months, meaning they would go to auction in July-August 2026. The sale process stops at the time the full outstanding amount is paid. I must point out that interest and legal expenses also accrue, and the possibility of receiving the rates discounts is lost. So the sooner the outstanding amounts are settled, the less the cost would be. While I'm not aware of the background circumstances regarding the ownership of the two lots, I would like to point out that if two adjoining properties are held by an owner in exactly the same name, an application can be made to the valuer at the Department of Natural Resources for the two lots to be amalgamated for rating purposes. This would then reduce the overall rates and charges payable. Regards, Angela Toppin. So that's a nice letter. Come on. Gee, people have got personalities, They're just, everyone gets out of bed and does the best they can. Not everybody knows everything. So then I wrote back to her. Dear Mayor Toppin, without making a sloppy step across the boundary between mayor and townsperson, I just wish to thank you for the gentle way you have advised me of the time frame I asked for. Your professional explanation was tempered with soft, clear manners and no blame to me. The only debt I have at this time is mortgage, house insurance, solar energy, phone, internet, sort of standing on terra firma, essentials, I suppose. Becoming debt-free was a painful exercise. Indeed, I would like a holiday, a shed, some new shoes, etc. My ability to earn more would be enhanced by a shed at least. But I must understand that I must understand that the situation I am in has placed me in a position of trust. I must trust the general justice in this world. May I say the justice of God, the universe, whatever. That my determination to survive and surmount my difficulties will outlast and win over and above the political constraints the people of this earth are experiencing. Surely people are not meant to work so hard and have so little. I wish you well in your position as Mayor, Angela Toppin. Days ahead may be stormy. Do the best you can. You are our elected person. May we believe in you. Sorry. I write from the heart. The power each one of us has can only come from kindness, willingness, and decision to do the right thing. There are rules and clauses, and breaking them outright is not always possible. Maybe many of the rules and clauses that hold so much together at this time can be shown to have no standing. If they are not based on truth, then that may be so. I just wanted to thank you for such a gentle and professional letter. It landed well on me. Bless you in your long journey through public service. May you, I suppose you think I'm silly. May you know joy and pride at your retirement. It's quite something to aim for, isn't it? I'm happy to have left the corporate world, but organising things and people is always an issue, and there is sure to be always more for me. Traversing these last years has taken a lot from me. Next, the rates. It is my desire to learn why I cannot hold in my hand the titles of these 2 properties I live on. I need to work on increasing my income before I begin to walk towards learning more about this. If I need to contact Mareeba Shire Council, you are the person to whom I must address my questions. Hierarchy is the structure we use at this moment in history. Thank you for your information, your informative letter, Mayor Toppin, and explaining to me the strategies by which I may benefit. With respect to you and your position, I remain Elizabeth X. And then she got back to me and she said, Elizabeth, many thanks for your email. Please address any future correspondence to info@Mareeba Shire Council. Kind regards, Mayor Toppin. So she doesn't want me to sort of deal with her. So that's the end of chapter 3. Okay, see you for chapter 4. Goes on, you know.